I'm Adrian, the Cruise and Travel Guy, and Royal Caribbean has finally given us some news about its first ever private beach destination in the South Pacific, Vanuatu's Lelepa. Let's find out what information we've been given. Remember, when you're planning your next cruise, head to my website first, where you can search, compare, and book. At an event in the US today, Royal Caribbean announced a range of new private beach destinations around the world, and one of those was Lelepa. Now, they had previously announced Lelepa back in 2019, pre-COVID, with the intention at that time being a launch in 2022. We obviously know what happened there. This will be the first exclusive island cruise destination in the Southern Hemisphere, and it will be the first outside of North America. So this is a pretty big deal. Royal Caribbean is effectively doubling down on its presence in Australia. This does buck the trend to some degree about the changing state of the Australian cruise industry. I have been saying that we are in a bit of a pit at the moment, and it's quite obvious that we are in terms of the number of cruise lines and ships that we're seeing in our region, but I do believe that this is a good sign for things to come. Most importantly, Lelepa will open in early 2027. We don't yet know what that time frame is exactly, but based on that estimation, it would occur during the summer 26-27 season. Now, that's the season that we just found out about recently that Quantum of the Seas will be returning to Australia for, sailing from Brisbane, and Anthem of the Seas will continue to sail from Sydney during that same summer. Yes, that means 2 Quantum class ships will again call Australia home after the slight change of plans later this year, which sees Voyager of the Seas replace Quantum in Brisbane. Now, what that means is that Royal Caribbean is investing a lot of money in this deal and in this development, and it also means that it wants to put the biggest ships that it can cater for down under here to bring as many people as possible to that beach club experience. And for the beach club experience, it's essentially going to be something completely new. It won't really be a beach club in the sense of Royal Caribbean's other destinations, and it won't be a perfect day destination either. There won't be a thrill factor per se. Instead, it's all about harnessing the natural beauty of Laipa and Vanuatu with a beach club product that takes advantage of the geography. According to Royal Caribbean blog, when you arrive, you'll see a local retail village and a welcome bar. There will be private beaches flanking both sides of the island and a walkway in between, and restaurants, sports activities, and playgrounds situated throughout. Apparently, Royal Caribbean is also working on an adults-only area that won't cost any extra. Finally, there should be some walking trails developed through the property as part of a nature trail, which sounds almost perfect for the region. Now, this has been going on for a long time. Gavin Smith, Managing Director and Vice President of Royal Caribbean Australia New Zealand, in 2019 told ABC that the cruise line had been approached by landowners for this deal to take place, and Royal Caribbean signed, reportedly, a lease for Lelepa for 75 years, and as part of the agreement, they gave $8 million to the local landowners at that time. Now, of course, attention then turns to what is Royal Caribbean planning for the future of its Australian fleet and operations. And I do believe that we have enough evidence, anecdotal, nevertheless, that suggests Royal Caribbean will one day proceed with a year-round deployment in our region. When that happens, I don't know. I do suspect that the creation of an investment into a private island destination of this nature and of this magnitude, the first of its type in our region, does lend further credence to the possibility that Royal Caribbean will one day base a ship year-round from Australia. Now that Pinot Australia is gone, we effectively have one year-round cruise line, and that is Carnival. So it could be that there is a perfect opportunity for a cruise line to come in and compete and see where the chips fall. Obviously, there's a lot of open-ended questions about this. There's information that we don't yet fully know, and Royal Caribbean will be forthcoming with some of this in the coming months, and I'm sure in the lead up to the launch of the 26-27 summer cruise season. Overall, I think this is a very positive development for the local cruise industry, and I'm hoping as well that if competitor cruise lines think that they would like to further enhance their local offering, potentially they could look at engaging with other South Pacific destinations, not necessarily in the same way, but at a minimum, just to bring people to new places, because I've heard you all on Facebook, everyone pretty much says the same thing. You are sick of the current itineraries, and I don't quite blame you. So this is definitely something that should reinvigorate the market and potentially, hopefully, create some more variety in what other cruise lines do as well. We'll stay tuned. We'll see what happens. Ultimately, cruise lines are for profit. Let's see what brings them the dollar. This is an investment, and I'm sure they're going to want, Royal Caribbean is going to want a healthy return on their investment. They have to be here for that to happen, right? So let's see. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little video and sneak peek of Lelepa. Let me know in the comments, are you excited for this development? Do you think it will be a positive thing? Are you worried about any other aspects? Let me know. Get the conversation started. As always, give me a follow on Facebook and Instagram at The Cruise and Travel Guy to stay up to date with my travels as they happen, and head to my website to book your next holiday or cruise. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon. I'm Adrian, the Cruise and Travel Guy, and Royal Caribbean has just given us our first in a long time update about its private island about its first ever South Pacific Royal Caribbean private island destination. What? Called Laipa. So let's find out what's come out. Nope. A range of new private beach destinations Now, I personally believe, and we have seen signs of this in the past, that Royal Caribbean is playing with the